Once upon a time, there was a girl. This girl loved to perform and kept track of all of her performances in this program called Notion. Then one evening, she was greeted by a ghost that told her to revisit her performance list because some of these are just scary. I mean, seriously, girl, come on. Hi, friends, welcome back. Please don't unsubscribe. I promise to keep my day job. Anyway, for today's video, I thought it would be fun to revisit some of my past performances and talk about the lessons that I learned from them. I plan to do a series of videos around this, but today I wanted to start with my junior year, which was a very transformative year for me. If you want to know how I set this up, I'll leave a link below with the video that explains it, as well as the template where you can download this for yourself. But without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So my junior year started in the fall of 2018. LOL, right before I started my junior year, I auditioned for American Idol. Good times, good times. I'll do a video on that at some point. Actually, I did a blog post, I'll link it. Anyway, so let's fast forward here. I had the pleasure of watching Renee Fleming live in concert. It was a memory I won't forget because she sang, oh gosh, of course I'm gonna forget the name of the song now. 'Tis the Last Rose of Summer. That is the song I was assigned as I think a freshman when I was taking voice as a minor just for fun to learn how to sing. I was given that piece and then my teacher gave me a CD with that song on it by Renee Fleming. And when I heard her voice, I was mesmerized. Most of the time, I'm like, me, opera, like, I don't want to sound like that. Because in my little brain, before I was educated, I thought that all opera singers sounded the same. And that when you go to an institution to learn how to sing opera, they change your voice to be cookie cutter like everyone else. And I didn't want to be that. But when I heard this song, this was the first time where I was like, maybe it wouldn't be a bad thing to sound like that because it was so pretty to me. So getting to hear her sing it live was like full circle for me. All right, moving right along here. I don't need to go through all these. I mean, some of them were required. Oh, my best friend's junior recital. That was such a fun time. Isabel, I love you. And you sounded amazing. This was my first competition of the semester. I got second place, it looks like. I'm trying to remember who got first. Oh, I remember who got first. She was really good, and she was a friend of mine. I always loved singing the Pensacola Symphony Orchestra. My trumpet teacher, when I was a trumpet major, is the principal trumpet for this symphony, and he's one of the most inspiring people that I know, and I just love him so much. And so, yeah, I would see them every chance that I could get. More concerts, Meredith, yeah. She's the most stunning performer in the world. Actually, she has a YouTube channel too. She vlogs on it, so I'll link it below. She's so entertaining, so funny, and has the biggest heart in the world. This opera workshop, okay. Let me explain a little bit. So this class was good for teaching me to not get upset at every little thing that happens, because literally, like, homegirl, you gotta chill. And at the end, it all came together, and I was in 3 scenes. Basically, the class is just you put together scenes from operas and you perform them. There was a lot of frustration, but learning to block our scenes, and it's different from the musical theater world, and so learning how they do it in the opera world was very enlightening for me. So here's a clip of me performing in that concert. Continue along here. Same old. Oh wait, this was fun. Yeah, oh my gosh, I'm remembering this now. This was a Valentine's Day concert I got to sing in, and yeah, I wrote my note here. I understudied for this one song. It's a grand night for singing. And this was cool because, so I worked it up myself. I hadn't heard the professional sing it, and then hearing her do it at the dress rehearsal for the real concert, I was like, she's amazing, and her style with it was so cool. Good times, good times. Oh yeah, this competition, the collaborative piano competition, I won first place. Oh man, I'm so glad I wrote the rep that I sang because I did not remember. Et Champetre. I remember I hated that song. And George, okay, pause real quick.
My friend George used to say,
because George by Bolcom was another piece that completely transformed me as a performer. By the end of the semester, when I performed George for the final time at, it was either my junior recital or Cernats. I guess we'll find out in a second when we get up there. But by the time I had a few performances of this piece, I came into my own in it, and I uncovered the Easter eggs that Bolcom hid. He's really a genius composer, and I'm glad to have learned this, even though I despised it when I was assigned it. And so we keep going. Okay, then we had Cernats, and so the last time was my junior recital. But Cernats, this was another thing that had like a stamp on my heart and on my year. Cernats is a regional competition for all the singers in the southeastern area, I guess. When we're signed up to go to Cernats, we are told, basically, you're not gonna win. The competition is too steep, but it's important to get out there and do it because one, you get a fresh perspective from the judges, and two, you get to see what kind of talent is out there. Because in our small school, it's sometimes hard to accurately know where you stand. And so that is the purpose of Cernats. The purpose is not to win. It's just to go and get feedback. So that's what I went into it with the mindset of. But then I advanced to the semifinals and I sang George as my chosen piece. So there's two lessons here. The first is don't sell yourself short, and obviously I wasn't the best. I didn't make it past the semifinals, but advancing that far, I remember I was sitting on a bench like by myself and the results came out and everyone was like rushing to look and I was just like, I don't care. Like I know my name isn't on it. And then I started getting an influx of texts from people saying like, congratulations, we're so proud of you. And I was like, what? So that moment was big for me. I've always struggled with self-confidence and that was a big booster. Thank you, Cernats. Oh, this masterclass, I have it somewhere. I'll try to pull a few clips from it and like insert it here. This was another thing that really helped my confidence. Because this time, yeah, we're in 2019. So I was having quite a breakdown this year. 2019 was the worst year of my life. But having this masterclass, performing, doing my best, and then his feedback. His feedback was the thing that helped me the most and that taught me the most about myself. Not because he did teach me things that were enlightening and that really transformed my singing. But his reassurance that, like, I don't suck was groundbreaking for me. So very thankful for that.
Hi, Elisha.
Elisha, very nice to meet you.
You as well.
You have a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
One of the things I admire about your singing is the release. Like she sends the note out into the room, it feels like she's really released it from her body. The top of your voice is glorious. Beautiful. I'm going to get a little warmer, but I think you'll like it.
And then that same weekend, I conducted my first workshop masterclass thing with the choir that I was directing at the time. This taught me so many lessons in and of itself. If you've never put together a masterclass, let me be the first to tell you, it is very hard. All the planning that goes into it, basically prioritizing what you want the choir to know that you can't teach them during normal rehearsal time. So this was an intensive where I taught them about the Laban method. I mean, the Laban method is about moving your body, but I related it to music and how I want them to be able to sing in certain styles and certain phrasing and things like that. And then this was also the weekend where we put together our Palm Sunday anthem, which was a song that I wrote for a traditional choir and a praise band put together. I'm just remembering it now. It was a bit of a train wreck, but you have to have those to learn. And if I were to continue to do this every year with the choir, it would continue to get better. So yeah, that was a good time. Oh, look at that. I had a junior recital. Oh, let's see what I wrote about it. It was divine. Listen to me. It really was. I had a couple different takeaways that were, I would say, like the biggest takeaways from my junior recital. So the first was just the act of preparing this, in my eyes at the time, monstrous performance. And I was like, this is so much stuff. Like, can I actually do this? Can I sing all this music? Can I memorize it and make an audience enjoy it? Or am I gonna flop? What is my capability? So going through the whole thing, the night was just so rewarding to see how it was received, how I felt as a performer. And then the second biggest takeaway, honestly, was the reception afterward and feeling the love from everyone in the audience. There were so many people there, and I just felt so supported and like I had found my path, and like I had finally come into my own. This night showed me I can be a singer. I can do it. I can perform. Oh, yeah. Then on March 10th, I had my first student recital as a teacher. At the time, I had about 15 private students, and I think only 10 of them performed on this recital. It'll always hold a special place in my heart, not just from all the lessons I learned about how much planning goes into a recital and putting together the program notes and designing the program and reserving the space for the recital and everything. Also, none of that matters at the end of the day. It's like, I love organization, productivity, learning the whole process behind that. But my favorite part of this was not any of the logistics. What was the most important thing was like watching these, they feel like my children. I know that sounds so dramatic, but like, I love these students and they did such a good job. And that pretty much brings us to the end of my junior year. I studied abroad in the summer between my junior and senior year, which in and of itself, I could talk for days about that because it just transformed me. Of course, how many times have I said transform in this video? I don't even know, but I'll leave that for another time. If you got this far, thank you for watching. I hope that you got something out of this video. Again, I will leave the link below to the video where I show you how to set this up, and also the template in Notion if you want to duplicate it and use this for yourself. So that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.